and it went weird. But anyways, what's up, guys? I know it's probably early for a live stream, but I want to talk to y'all about different things, what I've seen. Just over on chibbity chat with you guys. So, no shades. Not gonna tell the full story, but God damn. Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you not the full story, not the full gist of it, but when you see somebody, like when you know somebody with someone, right? And you see them having a good time, what they're doing on Snapchat, you're just like, good for them, bros, right? And when you see them post something that they normally don't post, you're like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Just kidding. Nah. But good for them, you know? Because if you know the story behind the good for them, I'm not gonna say much, but yeah. Oh man, only if y'all knew. But it's not my place to say much or do or say. It's not my thing to say because it's crazy. Sometimes people tell me a lot, and I tell it, and like sometimes people tell me a lot, and I happen to spill a lot, and I'm for like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said it. But I know I know when to keep my mouth shut about a lot of things, so this time I'm not gonna do it. But yeah. Anyways, what else? The weather in Houston is supposed to be ugly. Like right now, it's not the beautifulest right now. It's very cloudy, but I feel like it's gonna rain in a moment in time. Now, I was supposed to go have dinner with my with one of my so-called friends, and I don't know what's gonna happen. She hasn't mentioned anything. She said she'll let me know by Friday. At the end of the day, I think it's all a muse. If this girl has a day off, right, which I know she had a day off, and she didn't text me in the morning or in the afternoon or right now, and she expect me, oh, he forgot, he didn't text me about it. You should have the audacity to tell me. I'm not worrying about like, oh, she potential girlfriend or she's not like, no. It's just a friend I want to get close with. I would have told her, I would have liked her to say, you know what, the weather's ugly, it's getting ugly. I seen it outside. I want to reschedule, or say no, I can't do it. Give me some bullshit excuse. Not just not text me at all, and make me seem like I'm waiting for no reason, right? And I tried to make a promise to her. I was like, oh, if I have the concert, there's a concert next, because she was all butthurt or sad because I didn't take her. I didn't take her, or she didn't know about the Freight concert, and I went. It was amazing. Very, 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 very nostalgic concert. Like, I'm gonna give you an example of how that was nostalgic. Back in the days, my mom or my uncle, he knew this guy that would preload songs on an iPod, right? And he would pay, I think it was like $50 or $60. However it was to put thousands of songs on that iPod, right? And basically, he finished the memory on it, right? That's how much songs to put on there, right? And that was a blessing on it in itself because I didn't have to do much. I just got the iPod, it already came loaded, and I would listen to it. And I love that thing. I would always jam to that shit. I jammed to that shit until the wheels fall off on the iPod because eventually it broke, and I was sad. But nobody uses iPods anymore. They're relics if you still have it. If you can still connect it, yeah, cool, whatever. I don't know. But that was part of my life, right? And the Fray was on there, and I enjoyed a lot of songs on there, and it made me nostalgic. So it was nostalgic. So when I heard about the concert, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go." And I finally pulled the trigger and I went. And that concert had me in my feels because the last concert I went to in that venue was an Akon concert with my ex best friend. So it's up. Because I could have made a new memory with somebody else and refilled that memory with like, oh, I went with this concert to this now, and I got this new memory to fill the void of that old memory. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't, so it sucks. But a lesson learned that I've always learned this, but it really hit me hard. It's like seasons change and friends come and go. Like when the leaves fall off, that means the friendship falls off. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you can't cry for people. You gotta clean it up and pour some more. So yeah, but it's all good though, guys. So yeah, in a nutshell, it's crazy. So yeah, so today I'm probably not gonna go. And plus, I expect today, and but I know today it's supposed to be one of those days where it's rainy and ugly because of the whatever. What? Okay, look, I don't know. Okay, so let me tell you. So weather-wise, let me keep you updated. If y'all care, want to know, or just want to be informed. Hurricane, I think Aaron is going towards Puerto Rico, that forming in a Puerto Rico Gulf, and they're gonna make a right like curve all the way to Florida, the Carolinas, and so on and so forth, those states, right? So I don't think it's gonna make a major impact. I don't think because the Cat 1 with 75 miles an hour winds. So I think just a bunch of rain, okay? With whatever's happening here in Houston in the Gulf, it's just throwing a bunch of rain. They didn't. They say a tropical storm or hurricane. They really can't say what it is because they haven't formed really. They said 40. Now about at the 20, and it's saying at 20. Whatever it is forming to be with 20%, it's gonna go right past Houston up to like there's Houston, all the border towns, and those the valley straight up, right? So we're getting the outer bands of whatever that is, and it's just a bunch of damn rain. Okay, so that's a blessing because I don't know. It's already 20 years since Hurricane. Like I lived through, like I can give a recount Hurricane Beryl, Hurricane Harvey. Okay, there was probably other hurricanes that I've been around because I can recall three hurricanes. I'm just naming those two because those are recent hurricanes. I'm saying that are stuck in my brain, right? And it's crazy. It's been 20 years since Hurricane Katrina happened, and let me tell you something. Houston is a bigger state, or yeah, state, not state, city than New Orleans, right? Like 99%. That's true, right? And it's crazy. 80% of the city. I haven't seen any documentaries because it's too sad for me. I would probably I'll be crying watching it because what you knew had to be changed because you heard the statements of get the hell out of your city. You staying there, you're definitely gonna be dying, right? So it's crazy enough to say that. Anyways, it's been 20 years since Hurricane Katrina, and I know those surrounding states have people from New Orleans, right? I'm a New Orleans baby, like Houston. Houston was a city that got a lot of athletes from New Orleans who played sports in New Orleans, who came here, and were eligible to play the same sport in the same position because the hurricane happened, right? And if you ever been to a Saints game, like I say, you're a Texans fan, or happen to be around a time and say, let me go to a border game. That means like a city that borders a game. That means a city that borders a town. Dude, I would never guess because I know Houston has a big fan base for Texans. It's like divided, bro. Whenever you go to a New Orleans game, because a lot of people came from New Orleans. No, came from New Orleans to Houston to get away from Hurricane Katrina. And when they wanted to go back, they went back. But I don't think because some people had to like adjust because yeah, they went back. They saw the tragedy that happened, And you're like, well, this is unlivable now. We can't rebuild. We can't, you know. So maybe they fled to another state, fled to another city, or just try to rebuild in the same state and city. But all I know is it's fun because I know the love that New Orleans have for their city, even though they live in their city, right? So whenever they come in droves, bro, in droves when it's New Orleans versus season game, and it's always them chirpers, yeah, 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 you know, yeah, 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 and it's like you really want to enjoy the game. You pay the dues. You like let's say you're a season ticket holder. You wanna get your money's worth of all the games, enjoy them, even though win or lose, right? And you have the hecklers, and you're like, I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna knock. That's how my cousin was. Not gonna tell his backstory because he has a lot of stuff that make him seem lethal in his background. So I'm not gonna say much about it because that's a whole nother story. But just know that he was ready to throw down if he needed to. But at the end of the day, if you really think about it, it's the love of the game, bro. It's the love of the game. You can chirp all you want at the end of the game. If you win or lose, you gotta shake your hand and say, "Great game, guys. I lost, but great game." Or, "Oh, you got me this. Oh, you got it this time. Okay, cool, cool, cool." You know, because it's the love of the game. Like when I see people, truthfully, let me tell you something. When I see people throw shit or get angry or like fight, like I don't like. It's like the whole one cop does bad, all cops seem bad, right? I don't like that narrative for anybody because it's like this fan fought this fan, right? Bing, and then it makes your fan base look bad because one bad apple started a fight, and if you won or lost, it don't matter the fight, right? Or it's like when we're losing and you crash out, okay? Lose gracefully, understand why you're losing, understand why you lost, and get over it, right? Move on to the next game. That's why I hate when I go to the Dynamos games and I pay my dues and I see fans throwing shit at the other team, get angry at the other team. I'm like, dude, lose with grace, dude. You understand the season's not what it is, or the game is not what it is. Just get it over it, okay? Go home, think about something else. You may, because I know some people go to games and it dampens their mood like real bad. Like for me, it has. And the next day I'm all like sad, or the next or that I'm sad. Yeah, I get it, but I honestly just wipe my face, get over it, and like on to the next game, you know. So, but yeah. But with that being said, it's 20 years since Hurricane Katrina, and 25 years since 9/11. And I didn't know this. I just saw it today. Supposedly, the CEO of the Twin Towers, older man, he was working at the Twin Towers right up to the Twin Towers demise, and he had somehow, maybe, like, I don't know. It makes you think: did he know something that a lot of people didn't know, or I mean, did everybody didn't know, or did he just happen to have one of the days where it's like, oh shit, I got up late, I'm running late to work, and you happen to be the lucky one who didn't die. Just like Stephen Fardin didn't get on one plane. He would have gone on the plane. He would have died. And we wouldn't have these shows that we have today. They're still running to this day. You know? It makes you think. It does. It really does make you think. Because there's a conspiracy theory like, oh, he didn't go to work because of the... Remember, conspiracy theories are only theories that are not facts until proven. You know? Just like the one about the space landing, there's a lot of evidence to make it like kind of true, but I still believe that it's a conspiracy theory and it did happen. You know, I still think so. But anyways, yeah, guys. So. Man, today. If you know where I work, I work in the funeral business. I'm not gonna lie. In the funeral business, let me give you a little. I don't give you a synopsis, but let me give you a rundown. In the funeral business, it's up and down because there's months where we're busy, some months we're not. Holidays we're busy, holidays we're not. It's just all around like it's a steady business. You're all gonna have work, but the year is gonna be look brighter, bigger, and better with the people who pass away because you're gonna get a lot of work, but then sometimes you're not, right? But in the midst of all that, sometimes you happen to be caught in the middle of funerals, like helping out funerals, where it's really sad, not sad, real, whatever, And let me tell you, let me tell you, today was real sad. There was, um, there was a family of Cowboy fans, right? And it was sad because, like the daughter, she was going on like saying things on the microphone, and as you know, she lost it, and the whole family lost it. That made it real sad. And I don't, just know that when your emotions are like, and then when you gotta turn it, could you feel it? It makes it sad. It makes the whole situation sadder because you're like, wow, it's like how could she's real cool about it, everything, and then when it gets her turn to like grieve, it's like damn, you know. So just want to say that. So sad day, but you know what? I'm blessed that I'm here for you guys, or just in general, because a lot, I, like I'm not gonna lie. I said this so many times in my head. I'm like, could I wish? I mean, could I have things different in my life? Pretty much up to this point, I have everything. I have had I have had everything I wanted in my life. To tell you the truth, there's things could be better. There's things could be added to make my life better. But I'm not gonna cry over something that's not there. Because look, since 2017, I haven't kissed a girl. 2017, I haven't hugged a girl like emotionally, like lovingly. 2017, I haven't. Well, not gonna lie, I recently went on a date. Can't really call it a date, but she called it a date, so I'm gonna call it what she called it, right? And overall, it's just I don't know. People always say you gotta learn to love yourself, learn to be accepting of yourself, learn to be happy single before you can add some more value in your life with someone being in your life. And I don't know. Maybe I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, maybe I need to have another friend in my life again to add that missing piece. You know, because when you have a best friend, that's like a sister to you, like a best friend. It adds so much to your life where it's like, huh, I don't miss having a girlfriend anymore. But then again, you gotta realize, you gotta understand, you gotta know the boundaries of being a friend because sometimes you want to step over that boundary, but then you're like, wait a minute, I can't say this because that sounds like I'm gonna step over. I can't do this because I'm gonna step over. So I gotta watch out. But you all mean well when you do kind of step over, but you gotta snap back to reality. Oh, I'm sorry if that seemed like I'm gonna. So yeah, and it hurts, you know, because sometimes you don't know how to react because you haven't had that for so long, and then when you have something in your life and it's like, dude, it feels so good. When it's gone, it's gone. That's why I always talk about my friend, as a girl, as an ex best friend, because I don't hang out with her anymore. I don't talk to her. Like, you think, seriously, seriously, you think she could give a shit about me? No. She has her life to live. She has a slash future husband to worry about because now she's engaged. She has family. You think I gave her, like, people always say, she lives rent free in your mind. Yeah, she does, because she gave me the best times of my life. You know, 'Cause all my life I never had a girl that I could call a best friend. I never had a girl I could call and, like, give some girly advice. I never had a girl that would believe in me. You know, never. I would do YouTube, right, and she believed in me. And it sucks. It really does suck. But I guess you gotta move on, because you can't dwell on the past. The past makes you who you are, and it changes your future. But at the end of the day, it makes you stronger, smarter, and wiser, depending how the past went for you. You know? Because, yeah, do I wish I still had a girlfriend? I don't know. I've always told myself, y'all, if you're a subscriber that are watching me right now, or in general seeing this after the fact I post this, um, y'all saw me make videos with my ex girlfriend at the time, and I look back at that relationship. Sometimes I look at it. I don't know why I just do. I just, like, it's weird. A lot of people say, "Oh, I can't look at myself. I can't. I can't." Well, I can. I don't know. I like to learn about myself, how I act in videos, because I know that, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe I shouldn't have said this. Just different things, because it's easy to, like, edit it, but I want to be raw, as much as raw as I can, before it looks chopped. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I probably wouldn't have been dating the girl I dated. It's just probably I never really felt like that in a long time. I probably never had a feeling, which, yeah, I never really had a real girlfriend up to that point. So that's probably why I rushed it. Because if I knew the friend stage, like, if I had already been through a relationship before, I probably would have been friends first, fill out something, maybe figure out my emotions, and then maybe pull the trigger, because it was never like, it was weird. Like, you can go look at that video that I posted on the playlist of my girlfriend, but it was never where it's like, oh, I'm gonna ask this girl to be my girlfriend. And I know that's how it works. You start hanging out with the girl a couple times. She starts thinking things. You start thinking things. Then you get to the point where I need to label this. Then you take her out on a date, perfect date, and it's so perfect. You think something's up, and or you don't, and when you should think, that's when the question happens. You get a cake, you say, "Will you be my?" You get a cake, you get a little bit of chocolate writing. Will you be my girlfriend? You give her a ring, saying, "This is a promise that I will," like a promise ring. But you say, "Will you be my girlfriend?" And then the promise ring. You just do a lot. You know, get to that point when you ask. You know, because I think there's two things in life that girls will always remember, and always will brag about. Not the whole asking to be a girlfriend thing. No, 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 no. I mean, yeah, for a little bit, because that's a stage of becoming a wife. But I think girls will always remember and brag how they got proposed to. Hmm. And then girls will always remember and always brag about, oh, my wedding was like, remember my wedding? Yeah. Because girls, society has made them, from movies to family to TV shows, want that fairy tale wedding. They want that big ass dress, big ass wedding, big ass cake, big ass band, or badass DJ, or just a big ass beautiful hall. Or big ass reception. I mean, not reception, like church wedding. Because I don't know, I've seen church weddings. Well, a church wedding for my cousin, and then his sister did a regular as wedding, and then my sisters did a regular as wedding. I don't know. I think if God gave me the opportunity and I'm in a good place and I get to get to that point in my life where I propose and you know I would love to do a church wedding. And I do it all, bro. A long ass wedding. A long ass ceremony. And I'll do what is it? Um vows. I have somebody do a best man speech. I'll have you know but I know that night before the wedding or the day before the wedding, I would go inside a church, a random church, literally. And I would sit there, give all my thanks to the man because he gave me that person in my life. Because right now, I know you're probably thinking, man, you're young, man. Don't think about that shit. It's gonna come when it comes. Nah. I told myself straight up when my nephews are my nephews, and one time I was like, and I see them, growing, and I see them, my parents and all that, and I'm just like, look, I don't want to be the uncle who's always getting drunk around them. Two, I don't be the uncle who's always single and always never have relationships. I want to be able to say, oh yeah, this is your tia, this is your auntie, you know, you know, or I don't want, because let's say the girl that is my future partner has her own nephews and nieces, and technically she's my tia to my nieces and nephews. Oh, nephew and nieces. No, nephews and niece. I want to be that for their, for hers, you know. So, but I would love to have my own kids, guys. That's nothing to be ashamed of because everyone's like, oh, don't you want to have your lineage? Don't you have your blood? Yeah, I do. But God gives me the chance. I'm not going to front it. I'm not going to stun it, because I think God has a plan for everyone. And sometimes the plan they play, the plan he, how do I say this? The plan he plans out for you is not always a plan that works out for you. He gives you something, and you gotta follow by his rules. You gotta abide by him. You gotta it's like somehow you're in a position where you open somebody. Oh, I'm sorry, and then you happen to meet you. He did that because he knows what you need in your life. Just like me. Y'all know I was talking to a girl, kind of all sad at the end of the video and all that. And I was like, oh yeah. Realistically, I felt that way. I really did. I was like, oh, they give me a chance, but in reality, she's an older woman that will never work out. But, but I understand God. I understand something that God did. He put her in my life because he's like my son, my child. You had a best friend. Things didn't plan out the way I thought it would. So if I can bring someone else in your life, please run with it. Go as one, my child, because we all know what we need in life. Sometimes we know it later in life, or we know it right away. You know, the sooner you know it, the better you can understand it, right? And I needed and my friend slapped me in the face to say it. I think you need a girl best friend, and I did. I do. Actually, I do because the fact that my life, I can have all the guy friends in the world I want, right? I can have my friend group, guy group, right? But at the end of the day, if I don't have a mix of a girl in that friend group, it's gonna be weird and dull and just get stale. You know, because you need a breath of fresh air. For sure, you do. And I say that with good intentions. So, but yeah. So, but yeah, guys. I decided to come on here just to ramble because I don't know. I feel like this is a good way. Maybe I shouldn't make too many ramble videos, like update videos, ramble videos, because it's just like videos that some of y'all will listen to and be like, oh man, my dude's doing great. Thanks for the update. Or somebody like, man, why are you talking so much? We want action. We want something. We want like a face rug video where it's something interesting to watch. You know, and it's like my mind is crazy. It just want to roll. It's just like this with thoughts, right? And I don't know. Maybe some of y'all will listen to it and be like, "Thanks for sharing," or some of y'all will say, "Man, this is lame. I'm gonna switch it." You know, next video. And who the ones that listen and really understand and really comment when y'all do is the ones that I care most about because you have ears and you just want to listen to me. You know. And I'm not trying to make it a sob story. No, hell no. There's nothing to be sad about because I have family, I have friends, I have everything. You know, I could want more, but why would I? You know, because like I said, God will give me what I want when I need. God will give me what I want when I need it the most. And I don't need a girlfriend. I thought I did. Hell no. So, just like today, this morning, this girl texted me. Now I'm gonna give you a backstory, a way big backstory. So, a long time ago, I downloaded this app, right? This app was to talk to women on video chat with credits you buy on the app. I spent so much money on there. I stopped doing it because I was like, it's addicting to talk to women when all they want is the money from the app. So they'll say what they want. They'll be seductive and all that. We talk, we look, just for you can pay more credits and give them money in their bank account, right? And I don't know how I did it, but there was a girl I got on there that really got close to me, right? We talked and talked and talked. Eventually, life went on for her. We just lost connection, right? And recently, like today, this morning, she had texted me. She's like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey." She was like, "I wanted to tell you something." She's like, "Okay." Mind you, she don't live here, so talking to me at a random kind of was like, "What do you want? What do you need?" Because I feel like nowadays a lot of people who will hit you up for things they need, right? Because it's easy to send money these days, so gotta be careful. Anyways, so she was like, "I'm going to Houston," and I was like, "Wait, what?" She has a friend who lives in Groves, Texas. I was like, "Okay, like okay." She's like, "I want to stay a night in Houston," and I was like, "Oh," and I don't live alone. I think if I lived alone, I would be. I've been giving bank drinks to women left and right, different flavors. You know, if you get that reference, you're an adult. If you don't, you're still a little kid. Even though this is not cured the kids, because I put no kids. So I don't know, guys. I think I'm doing just fine. It's just I see people live their lives and grow, get married, have kids, get their own house, yada 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 yada, yada, yada. And I'm just living the. I'm going through the motions of everyday life, the same. It's like the episode of SpongeBob where Squidward moved to a gated community, and he was just bread, biking, playing the clarinet, getting up, bread. And it's like, bruh, it's gonna get dull. You need to change it up, and I'm trying. But nobody gave you gives you a book of cheat codes, a book how to live life, a recipe book to life. No one gives you that. You know, you got to figure out what you want and what works for you on your own. Yeah, life may add value to you. You may meet friends. You may meet girls. You may have a girlfriend. You may because it sucks, but the divorce rate is so high in America, or probably just in general. It's crazy because, like I said, I want to get married by the church, but once you get divorced, you can't get married through the church again. You know, and it sucks. It really does. And it's crazy because we all have those judgmental families where it's like, oh, you know, like when is your turn? The novias, this and that, and they're all concerned because they want to see the best for you because they love you. And that's distant family, bro. Imagine they live closer to me and I want to see them, you know. So yeah, but enough of the sad stuff. Enough of that. Who's ready for football season, guys? I've been seeing a lot of people do the NFL, the Monday night football or the Sunday night football, dun, 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 and then they have their. I'm a 13. I'm 14. Whatever, like whatever number their team logo is. You swipe the photo and it shows. I'm a Texans fan. I love it. You know, I'm glad I was born a Texans fan because I do have family that are Cowboys fans, and I think historically, if you want to talk about like what is it? How do I say this? Just for football, because I can't say rivalry teams for all my sports teams in Houston, but realistically, the Texans are probably gonna win the Super Bowl faster than the Cowboys. I can't say that for the Rockets because I was growing up. Spurs won 2 championships, I believe. Yes, I was growing up. Dallas Mavericks won a championship. Okay, I can't. You know, back then, but growing up recently, like I never experienced that. And people are always gonna say, "Oh, I was never around. I never experienced it." Yeah, but historically speaking, history, you learn from it and hopefully you repeat it. In a way, hopefully you learn it, and if it's not bad, hopefully you repeat it. My parents were around to see the Rockets win a championship. Okay, I would love. My dad would probably love for me to see it. Slash, I would love to see if I see it, or experience it with my nieces and nephews as they get older because they understand it. I would love to, but I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk because in history, there's 2 championships. But I get it when a team only has history. A lot of times, fans from younger generations or older generations, the older generations hold on to that, like, oh my day we were good, they did it, that's what I got, and then younger generations like pops, you gotta let that go. You gotta worry about today. He goes, "We need to fix." You know, it's like one of the things. Like you can't get over the past because the past was a good thing for the team if they were that good back then. You know. So, but yeah, all I'm saying is, basketball's around the corner, starting up again. Football's around the corner, starting up again. Baseball's what it is for the Astros with the injuries. Soccer, yeah, what it is. Um, I'm excited if if opportunity prevents itself. I mean, not prevents itself. If it happens, I would love to see a girls basketball team play or have a team in Houston because I think nowadays basketball for women has gone way popular than what it was back in the day because social media has been a driving force for a lot of these athletes, right? To get them notarized, famous, and just overall pure talent being shown around the world. Because, yeah, back then, the Rockets, Rockets, the Houston City had this these girls called the Comets. Yeah, we won back to back championships with them. Okay, of course, cool, cool, cool. But was a lot of people going to those games? No. Well, they had a lot of money into the team with people paying dues, people paying snack bar money, people paying just overall money to go see them. No, that's why it was a bust. But Tillman Fertitta is trying something out and trying to make it work, or trying to do something, and it's amazing. Because I think it's like $2.5 million or something like that, or even higher. I forgot what it was to bring a team to Houston. That's a girls basketball team, and I think we're up next for the bid. And if it happens, it happens. And I hope it does. Because like I said, I think a newer generation of people who like the girls who play basketball, guys who play basketball. You know, I think a lot of girls, you know, would love to see it in Houston. I think. I think. And that's just me in a nutshell. So, so yeah. Anyways, guys. Yeah. So, because we have a ladies soccer team. Okay. It would be nice to have a ladies basketball team. That's all I'm saying. So, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm being weird right now. My stomach just feels weird. It was weird because this morning. Let me tell you what happened this morning. This morning, I poured me up some cold coffee that I had. There was some coffee left over in the coffee machine. I poured it out. It was still warm, so I tried to flash chill it in the freezer. Took it out. It got lukewarm, and I put ices in it, and I got a cold. Okay, whatever left over, I put it in. I put it into the coffee mug, travel mug, and I had some concentrate coffee. Right. I don't know what the hell was on the bottom of uh, that coffee concentrate, but it came out looking nasty. I poured it out. Right. I like got spoon and fish whatever nasty part was it. Then I put some oat milk, some creamer, like skinny creamer, and I started drinking it. I was drinking it to the point where I stopped because it gave me that weird feeling in my mouth that it was still gross. I poured it out, and then I made me some regular coffee. I didn't know there's this coffee company with a tree on it. I don't know if you've seen it from Walgreens or uh, CVS. It's a red top, plastic milk bottle. I didn't know that bit has carbs in it, sugar in it. I didn't know that. That is new to me. But I made that coffee, and it was hot today. Like it was hot to the point where when it rained, it definitely cooled down the air. So when I started drinking it outside, I needed it. After drinking it, I was sweating. I was sweating because my body was trying to fight the heat, the um, the weather and the sun change of the coffee in my body. You know, the temperature in my body because of coffee. So it was all overall mess. But I drank it. I finished it, and yeah. So which was good. Which was good. I feel like a lot of people. I just saw it on my thing. I like to do IRL streams because that's new and that's like no one likes to see streams at home. Some people do. I know a lot of people don't. And when I see streamers get fatally shot, it's because probably they went on stream and went to a shady part of the city or in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, that's why I believe if you're gonna stream at home. Because I feel like when you're streaming, you focus on what's on your phone and the way you're streaming, then focusing, how do I say, out and about. You know, because if you know, like if you were alert, you wouldn't have gotten shot. So yeah, I don't know. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to the Texans game. Don't really want to go, but I told my friend he would if he wants to go with me because I think my friend wants to go get some pick up some merch. I think. At the team store. So boom 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 boom. I don't know, but so I don't know. I'm being weird right now. I was my train of thought was what I could say. So for that, guys, I think I want to go, guys. If you see this, like if you popped in, popped out, I appreciate you. If you're seeing it after the fact, I'm not gonna discredit you because I did this in a weird time. Some of y'all are still at work. Some of y'all are barely getting off, and I decided to chat to chime in at a weird time. But as long as if you do see this after the fact and watch the whole thing through, you're the real ones. I love every single one of y'all that do that, or the ones that watch even some of it, because sometimes I'll be longer than I expected. So, anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching on a Pizza Squad. Out.